we're going to be doing a little bit of something different today. This video, so many of you wanted me to do a zodiac video, like I pair a fragrance to a zodiac sign, because a lot of you seem to know, not that I make it obvious or anything, that I love astrology. I have to link this girl. I have to link her down below. If you love astrology or if you're into it, even just the smallest bit, I have to link her channel. She is amazing. I think her name's Gabriella Francesca, I think it is. She is amazing. Like, I binge watch her videos like over and over and over and over again. She is so like educated and well spoken when it comes to astrology. I literally just am mesmerized when she talks about astrology, like no joke. So I'm gonna link her down below. I believe she follows me, hey girl. And she's also into perfume as well, but she mostly does astrology videos and I love them so much. I am not as well spoken. I have my opinions of each sign, so I thought instead of like describing how a fragrance smells, I'm just gonna describe a little bit about each sign and what I think about them. So right now in the comment section, I want you guys to comment what sign that you are. And I also want to say, please do not be offended. Like, don't be silly. Don't be offended if I have had a bad experience with your sign. You know, maybe if I don't say the most positive things about your sign, please don't be offended. I haven't met you. I am one of those people, I'm very open-minded, so I'm open to everyone. So don't be silly. Guys, just don't take this video too seriously. That was the main reason why I was putting this off, because I obviously have my own opinions of each of the signs and I didn't want people to get butthurt or offended, because everybody's different. And if you don't know this already, you all have different birth charts. I'm sure some of you know this and some of you don't. You are not identified as just one sign. You will know yourself as your sun sign. So whenever you're born, like Aries or, you know, Leo or blah, 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 but you have a lot more to it. You just need to know your birth date, time, place, and I think that's it. And then you can calculate your whole entire chart online. Anyways, I don't want to go into that, but for me personally, if you guys are wondering, I am a Cancer sun, moon, and rising. Like, I am a Cancer. But I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, which I feel a huge influence from. Like, I really feel a lot of Gemini influence in me. I have my Venus in Gemini, which Venus is like the planet of love and relationships. So it's how you kind of go about the love and relationships in your life, I guess. And mine is so accurate. Like, I'm definitely a very, I'm very much a Gemini when it comes to love. I'm very funny when it comes to like relationships and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm a Cancer, but I have a lot of influence from the Gemini. I also have my Mercury and my Mars are both in Gemini as well, I'm pretty sure. I'm a Cancer and I have like the heart of a Cancer and stuff like that, but I don't want to say this because I don't want to sound like a victim, which is basically a Cancer. But my life, I feel like, has made me become a lot harder of a person than most Cancers are. Like, I'm definitely a lot, like, I don't remember the last time I cried. I'm not a victim sort of person. I'm not like that. So I know Cancers get a bad rap for that, but I would say I'm more of a, I don't even know, like, I would say I'm a Cancer, but I'm not the typical Cancer, to be honest. I do have, like I said, a lot of Gemini influence. So now that we've just gone into that forever, let's start out with the head of the zodiac, which is Aries. Now, my Aries watching this, I have a huge love-hate relationship with Aries. Like, Aries is easily one of my biggest like love-hate signs. Aries, what I really admire about them is that they are so hardworking. I don't think there's a sign in the zodiac that is as hardworking as an Aries. They are so passionate, so driven, so go. They are the sign that does not sleep. Like, I don't think I have an Aries in my life that isn't like that. Like, all the Aries that I know, they are the most, like, they are the person that is always doing something, always working on something, always go, like, they do not sleep. Like, that is an Aries sort of thing. They're very fiery, very, like I said, very passionate. They do have a really bad temper, I have to say. Like, they get frustrated really easily and they do have a very hot-headed temper. So if you piss off an Aries, like, your house is gonna be like burnt down. Like, Aries can have a really bad temper like that. Why I have a love-hate relationship with them is that they're very confrontational. Like, they get their back up about everything. Like, Aries, the Aries that I've known, they get their back up about the smallest things that don't need to be we don't need to have a full-on confrontation about who's sitting in what seat on the bus. Like, but an Aries will do that. They will go there. Like, I just know so many Aries, they're very like, yeah, like I said, they have a temper. So I, being a Cancer and a water sign, I'm very non-confrontational and I don't really get along with people like that. So like I said, I actually have a love-hate relationship with Aries because I do really get along with them. Like, surprisingly, whenever I meet someone and let's just say I vibe with them straight away, a lot of the time they'll be an Aries because they're very bubbly, they're very, you know, loud, they're very confident. They're people that I am attracted to. But then as the relationship goes forward, or the friendship, I should say, friendship, I see the little cracks and stuff. Aries and I definitely have a love-hate relationship, but I respect them so much for being like that, for being so passionate and go, go, go. And I admire that so much because I wish that I was a little bit more motivated that way. But I'm talking about fragrances today. So the fragrance that I chose for Aries, I literally just chose it because of the name, is fucking fabulous, because Aries truly think that they are fucking fabulous and their shit don't stink. Like, they really do. Like, Aries, if there's a confident sign that thinks that they are it is the Aries. So fucking fabulous from Tom Ford was my choice for an Aries. So moving on to the next sign, which is Taurus. Taurus, I'm gonna say it right now, they are my favorite sign in the zodiac. I get along with Taurus so incredibly well. I've told you guys this before, but my best friend a while ago, like a long time ago now, she was a Taurus. I no longer speak with her because of circumstances that had nothing to do with me, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to go into that right now. But she was beautiful. She was amazing. I felt the most deepest, most real, most emotional, most sensitive, most compassionate, most loving and warm relationship with this girl that it was insane. And she was a Taurus. She adored her family like me. She had the most amazing morals. She had really great morals. She was focused. She was hardworking. She was just so sweet and so warm, and I could always turn to her if I needed somebody, if I needed a shoulder to cry on, if I needed somebody to party with, if I needed anything, like literally anything. She was always there for me. So I have like a very big attachment to Taurus. They are homebodies like Cancers are. Like, we love being at home. We love, like, our ideal night would be Netflix and chill with pizza. Taurus are exactly the same. They're warm, they are loving, they're compassionate, and they're stubborn. Like, let's not forget, Taurus is stubborn AF. Like, they really are stubborn, and they will be the person, like, in an argument, they won't back down. Like, they will not back down. They will not give in. They will not apologize first. They can be really annoying like that. They also love the finer things in life. Like, Taurus, they really do. Like, Taurus are okay with luxury goods and spending that dough, and they're also big foodies. Like, that's what I love about Taurus, is that they're huge with food. Like, I know a lot of Taurus chefs and I just find that so funny. So I love Taurus. Like I said, their personalities are very much, like, they very much resonate with me personally. Being a water sign and they're an earth sign, we just really vibe very well. So easily my favorite sign in the zodiac is Taurus, and the fragrance that I chose for my Taurus babes are Fève Delicious from Christian Dior, because this is such a warm, sweet, powdery blanket, and it reminds me of when a Taurus gives me a hug. So that's why I chose Fève for my Taurus friends. Okay, so next up is Gemini. I was stumped on Gemini. Like, I did not know what fragrance to pick for Gemini. Like, that was easily the hardest sign for me to choose. Now, Gemini, I actually really love Geminis, and like I said, I have a huge, like, I really feel a big Gemini influence in my chart because, like I said, my Venus is in Gemini, which is a little bit challenging because I don't tend to soften myself when it comes to romantic relationships. I'm a little bit cold, more like a bit of a flirt, and then I'll just never pursue anything. Like, I can tend to be a little bit like that. Geminis are very creative people. They can be very hot and cold, which is something that puts me a little bit off about Geminis sometimes, is that because I'm very sensitive, Geminis, when they are hot one minute and cold one minute, it definitely throws me off quite a lot. Geminis love to party. They are hands down, one of the wittiest signs in the zodiac. Like, the wittiest, the funniest, and the most fun. Like, Geminis are easily they fit that category. They love to party, they love a drink, and I love that about Geminis. Geminis are easily like the most witty people that I've met. Like I've never met a Gemini that doesn't have that like kind of sarcastic wit to them that I love. Like girl, I love that. Like I love that sort of personality type, that like sarcasm, that wit. It's my favorite, and a lot of Geminis have that. I've never met a boring Gemini. They're always fun. They're always down for a good time. They're always down to do something new, and that's what I love about them. So the fragrance that I chose is Orchid Soleil from Tom Ford. The reason that I chose it is because it's quite a creative fragrance. This features like whipped cream or cream. It's like tuberose, it has lilies, and it has whipped cream, which I really love about it. Like to me, this is a very unique fragrance, and I definitely recognize this fragrance when I smell it. That's kind of why I chose it, because it's quite creative and quite unique. All right, so next up is Cancer, which is me. And I have a lot to say about Cancer. I'm not gonna sit here and defend us and say we're the best sign in the world. I would definitely say out of the zodiac, we are the kindest sign, definitely. Like most compassionate and kindest, hands down. Sorry guys, we win. But there are a lot of things about Cancers that I don't like, for sure. Like a lot of Cancers are very insecure. They do play the victim a lot. My mum is a Cancer, and we definitely clash in that way. My mum is a Cancer sun and a Scorpio moon and rising, so you could say I have a tough time with that. But I love my mum so much, but she's very intense and she's very emotional, so it's very hard a lot of the time, because we do definitely get on each other. Like we get on each other and we go off. But anyways, Cancers, like I said, they can be very insecure. They can be very victim, like they have that victim mentality. Very soft people, very gentle. I have rarely met a very extroverted Cancer. Usually Cancers are very like me, quite shy, a little bit introverted. We love staying at home. We love being around family more than anything, or people that we love and we know very well. So for me, I can use this as an example. If I've just met someone and let's just say I sleep over their house, for me, I'm gonna want to leave like straight away or as soon as I can, because for me, being around somebody that doesn't know me properly or I don't know them, for me, it's a lot of energy. Like I'm giving a lot of my energy to try to make things feel comfortable, and it's just exhausting. Like I need to be around people that either know me really well or my family. Like I can't be around new people for too long, otherwise I start to get really exhausted from trying so hard to be, you know, talking and making conversation and small talk, and it's absolutely exhausting for me, because I've said this many times, I'm very deep, so I like to tap into that more emotional, sensitive, deep side, which not everybody is like that, so it's quite hard for me like that way. And I love my time alone. Like, I'm not even joking. I can be around people for a certain amount of time, but then I need to come home and I need to recuperate and I need to eat and watch some TV and sit and gather my thoughts. Like, that is me. Like, I literally need to do that, or I won't function properly. Like, I need time alone to properly function. But yeah, like I said, I'm very much into my family. Like, my family, I would die for my family. Like, I'm not even like, I would die for my family, no joke. I am very family orientated. I love staying at home. I love being like in my own space. Like that's just me. I love food. I love watching TV. I love my dog. Like they're things that I love, and I'm a very typical Cancer in that way. I am not as much of the emotional Cancer, as in I don't really cry that much, but Cancers do cry. I've met a lot of Cancers that are very, very, very emotional and very touchy. Like you can say one thing and they'll just like burst out crying, but no, that's not me. And I think it's just got something to do with the fact of my past and like with ballet and all of that. So anyways, the fragrance that I chose for Cancers, I'm sorry I'm going into it for so long, is Maison and Francis Kurkdjian Oud Satin Mood, because this one, I've told you guys this before, but this has like a very, like I resonate with this fragrance a lot. It is so, so beautiful. It's violet, it's benzoin, it's vanilla, it's rose, it's oud. Love that the juice is like the night sky, because Cancers are ruled by the moon, if you didn't know that. But yeah, it's a beautiful fragrance. It's like a blanket of sweetness. Like I don't have anything else to say. It's sweet, it's cozy, it's powdery. It just reminds me of a Cancer for sure. So Leo, hey Gabriella, if you're watching this. Leos, I love and adore Leos, because for me personally, with the experience that I've had with Leos, I've only had a few bad experiences with Leos, but the ones that I have in my life, I absolutely adore. Leos, in my opinion, are the best of both worlds. They have that fieriness to them and that fun and that playful and that excitement to them because, let's be honest, they're a fire sign, they're a Leo. They love that. They're the divine child of the zodiac. But on the other hand, unlike the other two fire signs, they have the ability to tap into that emotional side and that deep side and that sensitive side and that soft side. They're really a huge cat with a big mushy center. Like, that's what I love about Leos. I'm not even gonna lie. I adore Leos and I attract quite a lot of them into my life because I think, like I said, I have that sensitive side, I have that deep side, and Leos also have that, as well as being fun, exciting, down for a good time. They also have that beautiful sensitive side that for me is imperative to have. Like, I can't be with somebody that doesn't have a beautiful sensitiveness to them, as well as being fun and exciting. So that is what I love about Leos. My stepdad was a Leo and my mum is a Cancer, and they were together for 11 years before he passed away. And who else is a Leo? My mum's best friend is a Leo and I adore her so much. I don't know if you're watching this, Sam, but I love you so much. And she is the most beautiful person that I have ever met. Like, I could literally cry, typical Cancer, talking about her because she's such a beautiful person and makes me really sad. She's amazing and I love her so much, and she's literally like my second mum. If I could choose a mum, I would choose Sam. Leos will fight to the death for their family and their loved ones and their close friends, which I love because I love people that are loyal and like that. And Leos, they have a certain sparkle about them. They definitely do. Like, I always know, like, I can guess a Leo. Like, some Leos, I'm not gonna lie, some can be very, very pretentious. I've met a few. I actually used to dance with this little girl and she was a Leo, and I'm sorry, but that child, she was not okay. She was very, very like a untamed Leo, and I didn't like her personality at all, but it doesn't really matter. I have met some bad Leos, but for the most part, the Leos that I have in my life, I absolutely adore them, and they're a sign that is easily one of my favorite signs, along with Taurus and yeah. So Leos, I love them, and the fragrance that I chose for Leo is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540, because Leos love to get complimented. Like, you just compliment a Leo and they will roll over and they will love you forever if you compliment them. Like, that's what I've noticed. Leos absolutely love to be complimented, and this is easily one of the most highly complimented fragrances that there is out there, in my opinion. Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540. Yeah, it smells like sponge sugar. Spray this one like 2 times and you'll smell it all night and everyone in the room will be able to smell you. And that's kind of how I feel about Leos. I'm realizing this video is going to be so long, so I'm going to try and go through them a little tiny bit quicker. The next sign is Virgo, and the fragrance that I chose is Balenciaga's Flora Botanica. Virgos, I have again a bit of a love-hate relationship with Virgos. My sister, one of my sisters, is a Virgo, and she is a very true Virgo. My sister, I just want to say this before going into it, is one of the most beautiful people in the entire world. Her like heart is very pure. Like, I know that sounds really mushy, but I have to say that about my sister, Jenna. She's got the most beautiful heart as a person. It's amazing to see someone so like I've just never seen her ever in her entire life do anything wrong by anyone. Like, there is not a mean bone in my sister's body. My other sister, on the other hand, no, but Jenna, she's definitely a very pure person. But I would say Virgos, like, she is a true Virgo and she's a little bit of a know-it-all. Like, if like, you know, it's her way or the highway, and I feel like that's a lot of the time what Virgos are like, because they're very particular and they kind of do feel like they are right over anybody else. Like, you cannot convince a Virgo. Virgos love to help people. Like, they really do that like gets them going. Like, helping people with things, helping people, teaching them something, like that gets them going. I've noticed as well a lot of Virgos are very analytical, like with numbers, which is interesting because my sister used to do accounting and my mum used to work with somebody that also did accounting and she was a Virgo as well. So they're very good with like numbers. They're very like, what's the word? Like perfectionist. Like, that's a Virgo thing. They're just very big perfectionists. Say like out of all the earth signs, they're probably the most extroverted out of the earth signs. But yeah, anyways, so I chose Balenciaga Flora Botanica. This is a beautiful rose, like watery rose scent. It's got some green notes in there, which I think a lot of Virgos as well, I've noticed, love to do like gardening or things that are in like the earth, if that makes any sense, because my sister used to be obsessed with gardening, and I've met 2 other Virgos and they love like plants and things like that. So the fragrance that I chose is Flora Botanica from Balenciaga. Okay, Libra. Now Libras, I don't really have very many in my life at all. Like I think I've met one Libra girl and I really liked her a lot, but I don't actually have very many. Like obviously I've met Libras, but I don't have any in my life. My brother is a Libra and so is my little nephew. Like it's kind of hard for me to talk about Libras in a super strong way because I don't have very like much experience with them, but I'd probably say that Libras in general, they are attracted to things that are very beautiful. Like they really do like things that are very beautiful, like things that are very aesthetically pleasing, I guess you could say. I know I'm feeding into this whole stereotype, but Libras very much are the like mediator. Like I've never really met a confrontational Libra ever in my life. They're the mediator of the group. A lot of them can be, though, I will be honest, some Libras can be very gossipy. The girls, like the girl Libras that I've met, they can be quite gossipy. But to be honest with you guys, like I've never had a bad experience with a Libra. I just haven't had many memorable experiences with Libras. They're that sort of person that kind of like loves love, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I really do like Libras. Like I said, my brother's a Libra and he's a very typical Libra. He is always trying to calm down a situation. They're very good at calming down situations or feuds or anything like that. And again, I know that's like a stereotype, but it's true. My brother was very much like that. Like he didn't like confrontation or anything like that. But they can be, like I said, they can be a little bit gossipy, which I don't love. But yeah, anyways, the fragrance that I chose for Libra is Parfum de Marly Delina, because it's one of the most likable and beautiful fragrances, and I think that that's kind of a Libra thing. Like I don't think Libras are the sort of person that you don't like. I think that everybody likes Libras because they're very likable. They also love to party. I know a lot of Libras that love to partay. Like I do know a few Libras that are really big into the party scene, and they take photos of it. Let me just say that. They're very like, they will Snapchat their entire night. So next up is Scorpio, which I definitely have a strong connection and a strong like bond with Scorpios. I attract them a lot into my life, and I feel kind of lucky because I feel like Scorpios is the sort of sign that like they don't fuck with people that they don't fuck with. Like they really don't. My mum's, like I said, my mum is a Cancer sun, Scorpio moon and rising. And let me just say, my mum's Scorpio moon is more powerful than her Cancer sun. Like, let me just say that, like for sure. I just know when I've met a Scorpio, it's very obvious to me. They have a certain like intensity about them, but not in a way that's like very obvious. Like, I don't know what it is, but I've just met people like, I think, to be honest, like it's like an eye connection thing. Like I can make eye contact with Scorpio and I know they're a Scorpio. I know that's like really odd, but Scorpios to me, like I said, they're very intense people. Like I've definitely experienced that with my mom. Like, whew, her emotions, like she's intense. Like my mom's very, very intense, but a lot of Scorpios are. The only thing that I have to say that I don't like about Scorpios is how jealous that they get. Like it's a scary jealousy that is quite hard to handle unless you're a sign that is very compassionate and can see that side of things. Otherwise it can be too much. They're very deep, they're very emotional. But they won't show that. They will not show that unless you want them to see it. They will not show you that they are emotional unless they know that they're safe showing you that they're emotional. But I've always experienced that with Scorpios because, like I said, we have that like kind of deeper connection. They're very mysterious people. Like they're not going to open up to you unless they really, really trust you, which takes a long time. Scorpios are loyal AF. They're very sexual, which is obviously a bit of a stereotype, but they really are. But they're loyal. The fragrance that I chose is Tom Ford Black Orchid. I know that's a little bit stereotypical, but it's dark, it's mysterious, it's a little bit misunderstood as a fragrance, a bit chaotic, and that, to me, that's a Scorpio. So to me, the perfect fragrance for a Scorpio is Black Orchid from Tom Ford. Okay, Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, I actually have quite a few in my life. I tend to attract Sagittarius when I go out. Like if I go out clubbing, when I go out clubbing, guys, I am pretty much a Sagittarius. And that's, I think, why I attract them so much. They're like a wild horse. And My problem with Sagittarius is that I feel like they just don't want to be tied down. Like they don't. And I think that you just have to let them, run free, because that's exactly what makes them the most happy in life. Sagittarius love traveling. Like I've never met a Sagittarius that hasn't done at least a little bit of traveling. So they love to travel, they love to experience new things and new people, and they love just like everything exciting, everything adventure. The only thing that I don't like about Sagittarius, to be honest, is that they can be really, really petty. Like they can be really petty, and also they're the sort of people that jump head first into something, even if there is danger, even if there's something that could be concerning, they will just go for it. And for me, that's a little bit concerning. Like I'm a little bit cautious, you know. I definitely like to have fun. Like I definitely like to have fun, and I like to do spontaneous things, but not like a Sagittarius. Sagittarius are the sort of people like they'll jump out of a plane without a parachute and just make it up as they go. Like literally that is a Sagittarius, and I can't, that's a little bit too much for me, if you know what I'm saying. Like that's just a little bit too much. But for the most part, I really like Sagittarius. They're very positive and very fun. Like that's the word that I would use to describe them. They're fun. They're a good time. They're here for a good time, not a long time, that's for sure. So the fragrance that I chose is Amouage Sunshine, because this smells like happiness in a bottle. It's sunny, it's happy, it's apricots, it makes me smile, and it just reminds me of a Sagittarius because it's, like I said, happy and positive. So Amouage Sunshine is my pick for a Sagittarius. Alright, next up, Capricorn. Now my other sister, I have two sisters, my other one is a Capricorn, so I have a Virgo sister, a Capricorn sister, I'm a Cancer, and my brother's a Libra. My Capricorn sister, how can I say this? Let's just say we got into many arguments as children. Physical, verbal. I was definitely the guinea pig for her anger management. Like my sister, love her to pieces, Weeses, I really do. She's my sister, if you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, that has the tattoos. But she definitely has a freaking hot temper, and that is such a Capricorn thing. Like Capricorns in anger are as scary as Aries in anger. Like they are the two signs out of the zodiac, at least in my experience, that I am like shit scared if I piss them off. Like I'm going to evacuate to the mountains and just stay there for a year. Like no joke, Capricorns and Aries both have horrible tempers, especially Capricorn. I've experienced it firsthand. And it's a lot. But Capricorns in general, they're very like work focused sort of people. Like they really are. They don't like trouble. Like they don't like things that are maybe like emotionally draining, things that kind of interrupt their work progress. Like they really don't like that. I've noticed that about a lot of Capricorns. A lot of the time, like I don't have, again, a super strong opinion on Capricorns. The only reason that I know a bit about them is because of my sister. And the thing that I would say about her is that, yeah, she's very like work sort of focused. Like it really means a lot to her to have like a job. They will get into a relationship like really easily. They'll be the sort of person that like moves in, buys a dog, and like maybe 2 months later they're not together anymore. Like that's a Capricorn. Like I think that they settle just like way too easily. But for the most part, I really like Capricorns. I'd probably say the signs that are like most money orientated are Taurus, Cancer, Scorpio, and Capricorn. Those, in my opinion, are the signs that are very money orientated sort of people, because I definitely like financial security means a lot to me. Like so does like a home. So it's hard when that area is not doing great. I tend to struggle a lot, and I feel like the other signs I just mentioned also do too. But the fragrance that I chose for Capricorn is the Work fragrance. This is Narciso Rodriguez for her. This is the modern day working woman, and that's why I chose it as the Capricorn scent. Moving on to Aquarius. Now, please don't hate me, Aquariuses that are watching, but Aquarius are easily the sign that I get along with the least. I have no Aquariuses in my life. I do not get along with Aquariuses. I always know when somebody's an Aquarius because I feel this really weird vibe, and I'm sure that they get the same vibe from me. We're just so different, and I always feel like Aquariuses are pissed off with me, and they probably are. They probably just don't like me because Aquariuses tend to not like Cancers. Like it's just a thing. Like I've seen so many people that do these astrology videos, and they're they're Aquariuses and they hate Cancers. Like they will say like, oh no, Cancers, like I just can't ish with Cancers. Like, and I'm a Cancer and I can't fuck with Aquariuses. So I guess it's like a mutual thing. It's just probably, in my opinion, one of the signs that I cannot understand. I do not understand Aquariuses. I'll probably say Aquarius is one of the most easily frustrated sign. Like I used to know this guy and he was an Aquarius and he was a weird guy. Like he was very, very odd. I'm not gonna lie, he was odd. And Aquariuses are weird, but they know that they're weird and they love being weird. Like they actually get a kick out of being so weird. They genuinely love being weird and being like, you know, recognizable or having some weird thing about their personality or the way that they dress or a hairstyle or they're just anything. They love being weird. So I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that they actually know that they're weird and they love it. But like I said, Aquariuses get really easily frustrated. Like you could just like a pin could drop and they would just be like, oh god damn it. Like they just get so frustrated so easily. Aquarius and I are just so different. They're unemotional, they're unattached. I'm not saying that's a bad thing because like I said, my Venus is in Gemini, so I really feel that influence a lot. But in general, like Aquarius is like, we'll have small talk and then it will just fade away and then we won't have anything to talk about and then they'll just sit there in silence and it's just really uncomfortable for me and very awkward. And yeah, like I said, I just find Aquariuses to be a little bit too weird and unemotional and unattached and they never want to go deep, which is hard because I personally am deep. Like I'm a deep person. I know we don't want to go deep in the first 5 minutes of meeting each other, but there's only so much small talk that I can deal with before I want to go into another layer. And Aquariuses never reach that other layer. They're just so cold and unattached that I just can't deal. So Aquariuses, I respect them because of that. They are cold and unattached and I think that that's kind of a good thing. To survive this world, you've got to be a little bit like that. The fragrance that I chose for Aquariuses is Molecule 01 because this is definitely my weirdest, most odd fragrance. You guys know Molecule 01 smells like paper, smells like celery, smells like white. It's a fragrance that you can spray it on you 50 times and you're not going to smell it, but everyone else is going to smell it all day. Like this will last all day and everyone will be able to smell it, but you won't be able to smell it. So that's why I picked it because it's the weirdest fragrance in the in my collection. Last but not least is Pisces, is Mon Guerlain from Guerlain. Sweet, powdery, innocent lavender. I love it so much. Now, the reason that I chose this for Pisces, just a little bit about Pisces, I get along with them very well. I have a lot in my life. I'm actually seeing my Pisces friend tomorrow for a walk and I love her. And I feel like I want to look after her. Like I want to cuddle her and keep her close and look after her because she's very much a true Pisces. She's very emotional. She's very sensitive. She's very kind and soft and gentle. If you know, you know. Pisces are like a slippery fish, and I think Gabriella said that. It's very true. Like Pisces don't want to be locked down, but at the same time, they're longing to be locked down with somebody. Like it's very odd. Like Pisces, you guys are odd, but I love you so much. So Pisces, they're very deep and sensitive and emotional. And it's funny because my Pisces friend, she's a artist, like she's a singer. And she has the most beautiful voice, and a lot of Pisces are into music. They're very creative. I know a lot of Pisces are into alcohol in a big way. Some not in the best way possible, but that's okay. We all need a little escape. So the reason that I chose Mon Guerlain is because it's sweet, innocent, powdery. It's warm, it's kind, it's beautiful, and that's what a Pisces is. But Pisces can have a little bite to them. They can be a little bit mean. I have actually met a few Pisces and they definitely have like a bit of a bitch side to them. That is it, you guys. That was my massively long video. Obviously by this video you can tell I really love astrology. So I really want to know who's following me. Please leave your sign in the comments down below. I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!